Jashanmals is one family which has stayed together in business for 4 generations, a record of sorts.
I think every family has a reason for being or an inherent belief. And this was told to be my father, and Tony talks about it as well. The teachings of my grandfather, and he instilled in all of us that whatever happens, family must stay together. You know, businesses will go on, things will change, but as a family, we must stay together, and that is actually part of all of our psyches.
Regarding family generations business, we realized that hardly 4 to 6% of the family businesses, hardly of them make it past the second generation. In your case, it's been 4 generations. How do you make it work? How do you stick it all together?
When my grandfather passed away, the company was passed on to my father, who was the eldest brother. But he passed away soon after that. Then, by that time, a few of us from the 3rd generation had already started in the business. In 1973, the family got together for 2 days. And it was decided then that the way the company should flow now is that it should be seen professionally, that it should be seen as a corporation rather than as a family organization. By doing this, we officially formed it as a shareholding company where the different parts of the family got their share of the shares. It was, at that time, there were 5 brothers, so each family got their 20%. And it was decided at that time, the main person who is running the company on a day-to-day basis should not be a family member, but it should be a professional, as should be as many of the top executives. Family members, as being shareholders, would constitute the board that supervised the company, that set the targets of the company.
So how did you recruit people in the olden days, in the 50s and 60s?
My grandfather, when he left the business in 1947, 48, he went across to India with the sole purpose of helping the refugees during the time of partition. He set up his house and he set up a colony for refugees in the area of Nasik, in a town called Deolali. Now, one way for him to help these families was to keep on watching and seeing which of the young men, the young boys who were growing up in those families, which ones of them showed promise and abilities, potential of being able to work in the business. So he basically used to send out the details of these potential young men, and this is where we used to get our main flow of the recruits.
I know Tony since over 15 years. Working with him is a great pleasure. He never makes you feel that he is the boss or you're working for him. Nothing of that kind. It's like we are working as a team and as colleagues. It's fantastic.
I feel very proud that I have been here when the company has seen its ups and downs also, because you know there was a Gulf War in 1990. A lot of big companies were retrenching people, but our company did not even think of that, and they said no, this is the time when we have to show our people that this place is where you are secured.
Be humble, be thankful that you have the courtesy, you have the pleasure of serving, and that is the whole idea. And I always say in my own philosophy also, believe in the Creator and serve the creation. If you have served the creation, you have automatically served the Creator.
I am working in Jashanmal since 36 years. And Jashanmal is our family, and they treat like a family members.
I'm working with Jashanmal for 32 years. Jashanmal is the best company in UAE, and they are taking care of their staff, and they are giving a lot of facilities to their staff. So I like to work with Jashanmal.
So what's your business model today, from the first store you opened till today right now?
As you know, oil was found, a lot of people came in. All these cities developed very fast. There was Kuwait, Bahrain, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Muscat, Doha. As they grew, we actually started become distributors for many of the products that we were just retailing before. So today, in general, if you take it with this type of development, our business is about 30% retail and about 70% is distribution. So the distribution business is our main business today. The retail business is still a very prominent business. We have, I think, about 150 stores around the Gulf. One of our main businesses in the Gulf is we are the main importers of all the international newspapers, magazines, and books. And this business is one which we have expanded into India also. So we are the main importers and distributors of all the international press into India at the moment. And then we have some other distributions also. We have some perfumes and we have cross pens. So we've started our businesses in India as well.
So on a retail level, if I am a client and I were to come to Jashanmal's, what will make Jashanmal stand out? What gives you the competitive advantage?
Many of the customers that we have, and especially people who've been here a long time and who know the Jashanmal stores, we have a great loyalty amongst many customers. They can be sure that they're going to get the right product, they're going to be sure, and this is one of the principles in our thing, you never cheat, you always have a fair margin, which is the right margin to grow, but not to exploit.
They actually embrace the best elements of a family business, of a multinational business with particular reference to how the businesses are run, and of a local business, because the shareholding of the group has some very prominent locals as well. So you combine the forces, if you like, of these three elements, and it gives us a very strong and a very unique organization.
Part of the success of the group is that they're not into short-term gains. We look at things as a long-term, we look at brands, a long-term development. So whether it's a fashion business or whether it's an appliance business, we look at developing the brand over a long term.
Success is basically satisfaction that you have achieved the different things that you want to do in life. We did organize the evacuation of 160,000 people over 2,000 miles of journey. It took about 3 weeks to